Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today. I'm in downtown Huntington Beach, and business is about to get a lot worse right now. Then we're going to cover it all. Before I do, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. I'll talk about them a little later. Here on Main Street in Huntington Beach, for the last almost 3 years now, they shut down the main drag here. Okay? Close the street. No parking, put up the barriers up, and close this to driving traffic and shut the streets down. The idea with this was that then they could have outdoor seating and places for everybody to sit and for all the restaurants. And to say the least, even with COVID and all the shenanigans of that, this was a huge boom for this area. And, IHOP's got their place, and it's a shell of what it once was. And Wet Dog Tavern's over here. And during this time, you had businesses close and businesses reopen, but check this place out. This place right here, it's called the Sandbar. Look what they did. Okay? Got the plants, got it all outside. This is going away, guys. This is all done. City Council voted, they're closing this down. So they're no longer going to have these outdoor areas. They just did this in the city of Long Beach. And Long Beach got rid of outdoor eating. And Super Bowl, down 20% from last year. And they attribute it to the outdoor eating. Now, somebody just called me and said, hey, they're thinking about bringing the outdoor eating back. But you're gonna have to go through a permit process, and they're gonna redo it in the fall. But this, look at this. Look at the Sugar Shack, guys. Now, it's light, not that many people out there today, but 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 more tables added. Think of the sales. They still have their back patio. So this has been a huge boom for this area. And this is going away. We're getting rid of this whole area, and in the next 2 weeks, they're going to open this back up to street traffic. So they're going to have cars here. All these tables are gone. Baja Sharkies has all this area here done. All these bars, all these restaurants for football, for the weekends, Killarney's, the pub here, done. Okay? So they want to have the parade again. They're going to have the traffic for the parade. But look at this, guys. This is just huge. Okay? So, yes, this will cut into their line. Yes, it's morning and it's nobody here yet. But this is going to make a huge difference on the bottom line for these businesses. And it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be in business and who's not going to make it. So, shocking. Really shocking. BJ's, it's a national chain. They're not going to really be affected by something like this because they've got the in-store, they've got the outdoor patio right there as well. So, what do you guys think about this? So, one thing that was sent to me that was crazy was we've talked a lot about these businesses. They've all had increased costs in their utilities, supplies, everything. The Robert Irvine story brought up all these other people talking about how gas and utilities are the biggest problem. There was a story out of Los Angeles, a business in Chinatown, Hop Woo Barbecue, and Judy Chen owns it. Her family's had the business for 30 years, and their gas bill is normally $5,000 a month. Okay, still a ton. With the barbecue place, they cook with gas a lot, all the gas stoves, everything that they're doing, and that's just killing it. Last month, $13,000, guys. 2.5 times, okay? How do you get through that? How do you survive that? How do you make it at $13,000 for a gas bill? It doesn't get you any more business. People don't go, oh, wow, your natural gas is amazing. That's why we come here. No one's ever said that. No one's ever benefited from natural gas like this. So, when you think about these small businesses going through this, and the difficult time they're having. To get customers out here is bad enough, and it's a beautiful day out here. It's 65 degrees. You know, it's nice. But these people are struggling right now. Hop Woo Barbecue, big problems. They said they're gonna have to go to their customers and raise the money to pay the gas bill. So share your thoughts on that stuff, guys, because this is just the beginning of this. One thing that I used to love to do was to go to the home building expo with my brother. And growing up in construction, you'd see all the new innovations, and it was great. Now, one thing that's funny is the National Association of Builders, Home Builders, has just had their conference, and they're talking about how great everything is. The sentiment is fantastic, and everything looks rosy, and things are going to be sky high in 2023 and 2024. No. It was just announced that January building permits fell off a cliff. Housing starts are not getting done. Building permits are not getting done. I don't care how good you feel about your industry. If you have no customers and you are making no money, you're not doing well right now. You can kid yourself and be an alcoholic and talk about how great everything's going to be, but that's not the case, guys. So the home builder sentiment, you know, I know it's down. Consumer sentiment is down, but they can sit there and go on the news and go on Fox Business and talk about, oh, future's bright. Future's never been better. Who believes that? Nobody believes that. So this is crazy. You see this cart over here? This is normally loaded with carts up and down the street. Just spoke to one of the business owners at Sugar Shack, and she said March 1st, everybody's got to be gone. They've got to reopen the street. So March 1st is the drop dead date for downtown, and they're going to have a revised plan, which you'd think after 3 years they would have a plan figured out for these small businesses on what they're going to do, because this is a huge tourist attraction. This is an area that gets millions of people to surf competitions, 4th of July. And that's the other thing, guys. If you ever want to do something really cool for 4th of July, come down to Huntington Beach, because they closed down Pacific Coast Highway. Entire highway's closed down. They do a 5K run. They're probably going to bring back the parade again this year because they're closing this street down. But it's still amazing to see this entire beach community just with foot traffic. It's very, very cool. So share your thoughts on this, but do you think that the home building industry is good right now? Seriously. Everybody with real estate, everybody I've talked to, everybody in foreclosures is getting ready for things to change right now. So that's the beginning. That's what we have to look forward to right now. Hey guys, let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. Experts agree on one thing. What we're about to head into is going to be the worst economic time in our lifetimes. You need to get a hedge, and that hedge is an IRA or 401k that's backed by physical metals from the good people at Patriot Gold Group. They have the best-in-class service, #1 rated for 6 years in a row. Just call them today, 888-330-1431. Get a free investor guide. It's absolutely no obligation. Look at central banks, guys. They're buying more gold than they have in the last 80 years. They must know something. Look at what other investors are doing. They are hedging their bets with physical metals, and you need to do the same thing before it's too late. Call 888-330-1431. So many of you have done it already. Set your IRA or 401k up before it's too late, but contact Patriot Gold today. Call them or use the link below and let them know that I allegedly sent you. I used to give Elon Musk a really hard time all the time. And one thing that I find absolutely fascinating is that since this guy bought Twitter, the guy cannot win. Just can't win. This guy sold $2 billion worth of Tesla stock towards the end of the year. And guess what? Donated it to a foundation. The only problem was it's his foundation. So people are like, see, it's a scam. It's no good, you know. And Bloomberg releases this and said, hey, most likely this was done for tax reasons and not to do anything nefarious. In fact, the guy gave hundreds of millions of dollars away. And, the X Project, he gave money to St. Jude's Hospital for children's cancer care. I mean, really did some good stuff with the money. So, again, cannot win at all. Speaking of not winning, Tesla just recalled 362,000 vehicles because the self-driving mode, full self-driving FSD, does not do well at intersections. So if there's a child, a cat, a dog, somebody in a stroller, it's not responding properly, and people are starting to feel that there's a potential disaster, impending disaster with these self-driving features. So again, I personally would not ever hop in one of those self-driving cars. Amazon right now is testing a full self-driving taxi for deliveries and things like that. And the Amazon campus, there's a story below that you can check out where they're talking about how they're using these full self-driving taxis to shutter people around. No driver, it's just program and walk in where do you want to go, and it just takes you there. Now, that's easy because it's programmed inside of a closed campus, but you leave city streets and you throw, you know, a bicyclist, you throw a guy running, you throw the homeless cat out there, and I think all bets are off, guys, when it comes to this stuff. But the full self-driving mode, I think, is a problem, guys. So share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. Let me know what you think about this. Hey, guys, I came inside for the win, but I am at Pacific City now, the mall, and I want to show you guys how everything has changed right now. Restaurants are dead in here, completely slow, and got some great videos to show you and pictures and stuff like that. But check this out, guys. You've got this place a shell of what it once was. Last time I was here was Christmas time. So you've seen, you know, 6 places go out of business since Christmas. Hot bars open, you can hear their freezer just blaring away. But the bar in the center of the room, done, completely finished. You know, the chocolate place is open still. I don't know if that's, you know, other than Valentine's Day, I don't know if that was a big deal or not. But Salon Republic, they took over all these places here. And this is, you know, one of those places where you can rent a salon and have your own location. This was going to be worked on Christmas. This is supposed to open in January. Guys, it's mid-February. They took all this real estate and closed it. Absolutely nuts. So, done, guys. Just done. We've got the wine and spirit store. But man, this is just huge. Absolutely huge. But this is closed. It's not open yet. So, I don't know. I don't know if women are going to go to a mall and then get their hair done, their nails done, and do stuff like that. I don't know if that's going to be a draw for them right now. I really don't. So, interesting. The other ice cream place that's over here, this place is still open. You know, it's crazy. But I want to show you guys a video that was sent to me, and this is from subscriber Dave, and this is the Bellaterra Mall has got a Burlington coat factory, and he always sends me pictures of deals and things like that. And one thing that they did at this place was they took the entire location and cut the walls in and made it smaller so that they could have less square footage. They just did it again. They moved the walls in 10 feet closer on both sides. They stocked it with merchandise, so the place looks busy, but it's not open. It's not, you know, it's not a huge store, and there's nobody there shopping. So take a look at this video real quick.
So hey, iAllegedly, remember this store? They moved the walls in? Well, they moved them in again. I don't know if you can tell, but they're way in now. So narrow. This could be the death of retail. Everything's moved in, no dressing rooms because of theft. It's pretty wild. Store's stocked, but store's a third of the size. Pretty amazing. They do have a lot of stuff. Just goes to show you how bloated they were before, I guess.
Now the next thing is subscriber David sends me a great photo and said, they're always talking about people gambling and all the crazy things that people are doing with their money. Take a look at this photo and tell me what's wrong with it. And I had to write him back and say, listen, I can't figure out what's wrong with the photo. I don't know if the guy won his hand or what it is. No, what it is, guys, take a look at this, okay? At this casino, if you are a big enough degenerate, you can apply for credit while you're sitting at the table. you can sit down, take a photo of the barcode, and apply for credit at the table. Is that nuts? It's nuts, guys. It's absolutely insane. So, hey, how many times did you hit that, Jeff? Oh, I applied for credit 6 times. I'm down $3,000, okay? That's the problem with this stuff, guys, is that people are going to be completely upside down when it comes to their finances. It's only going to get worse, but now they're making it so bad that you can borrow money at the 3-card poker table. I mean, if anybody else seen this, let me know. But I am amazed at this stuff, guys. Here's a couple great stories that are kind of related. Etsy, the online selling platform, basically crafts, basically handmade things, a lot of cool stuff you can buy on Etsy. My daughter sold on Etsy at one point jackets and things like that for bands, and a bunch of homemade stuff that she made when she was in high school and did really well on it. But they just had a claim issued against them saying that's the largest platform in the world for counterfeit merchandise, and that people need to be aware of this, and their shares just dropped 8% because of this, and this is in Reuters. So they haven't even responded yet to it as of the filming of this video. And I mean, what do you guys think? I think you gotta always beware when you buy stuff. If it's too good to be true, I mean, would you buy a Rolex watch, on the internet? Would you buy a Louis Vuitton? Everything, and crazy. Now, out of China, another great story that was sent to me, there was a woman who was a friend of another woman, and she would go watch her house. Lou would go watch Cow's house. Lou, L-I-U, and Cow, C-A-O. Lou would watch Cow's house. What Lou did was Lou would go to her house and take her expensive handbags and trade them out with fakes, and did this to the point that it was worth $146,000 in merchandise. She'd done this for over 3 years and did this with numerous items: Louis Vuitton, Bulgari, Hermes, all this stuff. Isn't that great? I mean, that's just crazy. And they finally figured out when she moved, and she looked at the merchandise, she finally realized that, hey, this is all fake. This is ridiculous. It's not my bag. And let's put it this way. I've known women that have bought those bags and they literally put it away and use it once every 6 months, which I don't know why you'd buy a handbag and use that infrequent, but that was kind of the setup. So she changed out, the bags, and they looked exactly the same, and the counterfeits look pretty good. So have you guys ever bought one of those? Okay. I had a subscriber send me a fake watch. I'm like, thank you, I'm not going to wear it, but thanks, I appreciate that. So share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. Would you do that? Have you ever bought it? Have you ever gone to New York City or one of these big cities and seen the merchants that sell stuff on the streets where you can buy a Rolex for $35 and things like that? Let me know, guys. I'm going to end this video in these last few stories, and it was just announced that Joe Biden had sold 26 million barrels of oil out of our strategic petroleum reserve. Just keeps emptying the piggy bank, guys. So crazy. And the idea with this, guys, is normally this is used for wartime and serious things like that. So it's, Friday, so sell it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, all these other investment banks are warning of something, and that is that there's erratic option play in the stock market. And great story out of Market Watch, concerns from Goldman Sachs and other banks that are saying, wait a second, this should be a concern because this could be the end of the stock market collapse. One man from Goldman Sachs says, we've seen the peak of the stock market. It happened last Wednesday, which I love when people do stuff like this, because it's like, is this it? That's awesome. Bank of America just announced that they are letting people go from their investment bank. And I know what you're thinking. Who knew that they had an investment bank? But Bank of America does, and they're one of the big 4 banks. So they're letting people go from this, and they haven't announced a number yet. They haven't announced a concern. But again, business is great. You've got nothing to worry about. Everything is good. Now, the company that has stayed away from layoffs has been Apple. Okay, and now not so fast. What Apple is doing right now is Apple is going to lay off their contractors. You get, you get an assignment, digital, IT assignment, bye-bye. We're not going to renew your contract. We hired you for 16 weeks. We're going to cut it off at 14. That's what they're going to do to these people. And you're going to see more and more and more of this. Share your thoughts on all this stuff. I'm getting so many people sending me, different pictures. Elle, sent me pictures out of Scotland where they had a Mexican dinner, and it was 83 pounds to have dinner, and she sent me the image. But I don't know what half this stuff is. What happened to tacos, burritos, chimichangas? Build your own chimichanga that gets delivered. I don't think you get to build it yourself. I think you just get to say, throw this in. The delivery charge is only 2.5 pounds, which is, $4, guys. It's kind of nice, but kind of expensive. So share your thoughts on this stuff. Her gas bill, 360 pounds in a month is outrageous, and that's what everybody's complaining about. Everybody's complaining about the gas bills globally. So, who are you going to blame? Who are you going to call? Don't call Danny, okay? Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. Bunch of cool announcements coming up. I cannot wait to share with you guys. So onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.